Hey guys, Kyle over here with Post Freedom Upfitters. We got an exciting upfit video here for you today. This is our first full car build. You can see it's a 2025 Ford Police Interceptor utility for no one other than our very own Rock Valley Police Department. So it's a pretty special build for us. Not only is it our first full car build, but also for our hometown here in Rock Valley. So we'll kind of go over some of the equipment and features that we have installed on this vehicle. This vehicle is loaded with some of the latest and greatest, newest equipment out there, all with officer safety in mind. So if you look at the front of the vehicle here, right in the hood, we got two Whelen Micron stud mounts on both sides, red, blue. And then also on the front grille, we have Whelen Duo Ions in the lower center grille, and off to the side where the factory fog lights would be, we have Whelen T-Series duo lights as well, so we'll get some white flood during some scene lighting modes. Also have the factory headlight flashers going from Ford, and you'll also notice that in the corner of the headlights themselves, we got some integrated dual color lights here. They're actually trio. We can steady override them to white if needed, but in this particular flash pattern, we got them flashing red and blue currently. So this is slide switch 3 out of park. So this would be while the officer's driving, going to a scene. Up on the roof, primary piece of warning here, we got the 54-inch Whelen Legacy dual light bar. Again, red, white, blue, white, so we'll get full takedown and flood on this light bar as well with some of our programming. Moving along to the side here, going to the prisoner cage, you'll notice that every door that we have programmed to cut the light bar on that side when it's opened. Again, this is going to be primarily a night shift officer's car. So again, cutting out that corner of the light bar so we're not blinding him when he's getting in and out of the car, just to kind of keep his vision in check. And also not backlighting him. So going into the prisoner cage here, we got a Setina half cage with a replacement seat and outboard seat belts. Again, this build, really paying attention to officer safety here. So when the officer has a prisoner in the cage here, no longer has to reach over the person to get that seat belt buckled. This prisoner can simply sit there. Officer can just unbuckle the seatbelt right here and plug it in without having to expose his gun or weapons over top of the prisoner. Also got the Setina window bars here on the side, and then the factory panels from Ford with the locks and window controls blocked off from the prisoner. Another thing we got in the cage is the prisoner illumination light. So during the day, like it is now, we have a built-in photo sensor on this car. Every time this back prisoner door is open during the day, that'll illuminate white, and then at night when it's dark, that'll illuminate red again, so not totally blinding the officer at night. In the back windows here, back cargo windows, we got Whelen Duo Ions again, flashing blue-white on the passenger side, and they'd be red-white on the driver's side. On the roof of the car, like we said, 54-inch Whelen Legacy light bar. You'll notice some antennas that we've added on the top of the car. We have a brick antenna for our in-car computer featuring 5G connectivity, Wi-Fi, and GPS. Also our Motorola antenna for our APX8500 radio, and also our WatchGuard upload antenna for their in-car dash camera that lets them upload their videos wirelessly when they're back at the police station. On the back, customer request, we got the license plate bracket, again with two duo ions from Whelen flashing here in the back. I can give a white override as needed. And again, driver's side, similar to the passenger side, dual ions in the rear cargo window. So we'll go ahead and look at some of the interior equipment that we got here installed for them. After we switch this vehicle into park, it'll go into a park pattern for us. On the dash here, we got an MPH Industries Enforcer radar system. Also has the GPS module attached. So those of you who have been officers and on patrol before know that sometimes your speed combines with the other speed that the vehicle you're trying to target just because of radar anomalies. The GPS module that we installed completely eliminates that. So instantly, as soon as you're switching on, you're getting that target speed. No more waiting for that to calculate. In the center here, we have a Havis vehicle-specific console. This is the angled version. So up top, we have the relocation of the factory rear climate controls up there, so officer can still get those. And something different that we did for this customer this time is we actually integrated the printer right up here up front. So no longer trying to reach over for a headrest to get the paper, or down here along the seat trying to reload paper. We know that can be a pain sometimes. So they simply just have the printer right up here front, and as they print, pulls out, and they can just rip off their citation or paperwork right here up front. Below that, we have the Whelen controller for our weekend control system here. This is a Whelen Core setup, so the latest and greatest control system from Whelen. We've got a bunch of features that we'll go over here in a little bit. This particular variant is a 21 button and slide with a 3 position slide switch. We got our Whelen Arges controller right underneath that. Again, for those of you not familiar with the new Arges Spotlight, it's basically like a joystick, and you can basically drive it all the way around the vehicle. This Spotlight is unlike anything else on the market right now. It's got a full 360-degree turn and also a full 180-degree tilt for however the officer wants to use that. Also added some USB chargers, 12-volt sockets for the officer if they need to. Also relocated the factory USB option on the dash, so if they want to use like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, tied in with the Ford Sync system, they can plug their phone in right there. Below that, we have the Motorola APX8500 radio, so a brand new radio for the customer as well. And their mic is on a magnetic mic as well for easier officer usability. Behind that, we got some cup holders. Also upgraded their computers here. So before, this customer had just the specific tablet screen with a locked-in keyboard. We actually went into a full duo 2-in-1 option here from Getac, the K120 laptop form factor tablet here. So this computer is super nice. Once they're on scene, they can actually completely detach the screen from the laptop themselves if they want. So if they need to take pictures on scene, they sure can. Without having to use their personal cell phones or anything like that, and then just simply dock that screen right back in to where they were at and resume what they were doing. We have the screen support bracket here as well, because we know that laptops tend to fail at the hinges first, so this just gives that extra stability for the officer, and they can fully adjust how they want that screen tilt to be, as well as the keyboard tilt with their options here. If they want a little higher tilt, they can do that as well. This laptop is fully undockable, so at the end of the day, or if they're working on a report, need to go back into the office, they can simply just undock their laptop with them and take it with them right into the office, all while maintaining that full connectivity with this built-in SIM, GPS, and Wi-Fi. Behind the console here, we got a dual weapon lock here for their rifle and shotgun. On the roof, we added a work light, task light, white, red, like giving the red the option for the night shift guys. Again, and then we have our watch bar display for their dash camera, their body camera dock, mic holder, and then obviously we got the dual dash camera up front with the panoramic view and also the focused view. All right, so at the rear of the vehicle, we are able to put in a Havis rear storage system for them. So we got the deck mount here and also a rear storage box for them to keep all their tool and equipment nice and organized there. Slides out nice and easy. Also able to lock it if you want. Also with the top tray. Again, more equipment storage options with the slots for if you need to strap it down with like some bungee straps or what have you. Also in the back, we got the rear radar antenna. And then per the officer's request, we did something a little different as far as the PA mic for this vehicle. So we're with felony stops in mind, again, officer safety, officer requested that the PA mic actually be mounted back here. So they can simply just reach up here, grab it if they need to while they're on a felony stop with the vehicle in front of them, just giving them more protection back here as well. Another feature that we went with for this Havis setup in the back for the officers was that it allows them to still access their rear tire if they need to change a tire. It simply flips up, keeps the tray out of the way, and they can access their tire right here, and also service their equipment if needed. Easy access to, again, all the electronics for the vehicle. You also notice that once we flip up the hatch, we got two warning lights here, because once you flip up the hatch, you're blocking the light bar up front. So again, only if the lights are actually flashing, these lights come on. So if the officer's just working a trying to get a piece of equipment, not actually on a call. They're not going to blind them, but again, lights are flashing. We'll turn on 2 Whelen T-Series here, just alternating back and forth to give some sort of rear warning while they're working back here to kind of keep them safe. You'll notice that as we flip the hatch, the license plates lights also flip off. This is just so we're not blinding the sky. So if there's, let's say there's an incident where they are landing a helicopter or something like that and they have the rear hatch open, they're not blinding the pilot coming in or anybody else in the sky. And then as soon as you shut that latch, the warning lights will come back on. All right, so now we'll go ahead and go over some of the functionality that we have programmed into the core system here for this car. So again, this is to simulate that we are in drive currently, wind flash pattern 3. And then as soon as we shift into park here, we're gonna get a park pattern here. So again, just kind of taking out the white flashing, slowing down the pattern. Again, just trying not to make so much distractions for vehicles that are driving by. What you're seeing right now is actually the park pattern at night. It might not be showing up quite as well with the camera during the day, just with the frame rate and everything like that. But we actually have the DVI programs exclusively to Whelen, so dynamic variable intensity. So lights are just kind of doing a slow aura on and off, so it's easier on the eyes. So as you're driving, we've all been driving past a cop on a traffic stop at night before where the lights are just blinding and we can hardly see the road or anything like that. So we just take those lights, dim them down, and get that nice, slow, easy on, easy off, so it's easier on the eyes and not blinding to anybody. Again, just with officer safety in mind, keeping their visibility there, but not overbearing for drivers. So now you'll see that we've actually taken off the cover of our photo cell that we have built into the dash. So now this is a day park pattern. Again, just a nice bright, easy back and forth pattern just for identification alongside the road. As far as takedown, we got a 2-stage takedown. So first press is going to give the middle part of the light bar. It's also going to trigger the ions in the front grille, as well as the Arges light. We have the Arges set at a slight angle off of 0 because when officers are behind a vehicle, they're not directly behind the vehicle usually, they're usually off to the driver's side, canted a little bit for their protection. So again, just kind of angling that spotlight slightly over. Second press for the takedown just adds the full white in front of the bar. We also have alley lights programmed into this vehicle. So if we do a left scene light, the lights are gonna automatically come on in the light. So on the corner of that Whelen Legacy light bar, as well as the rear cargo windows. You'll also notice that the front headlights, the modules are overridden to white as well to give more side warning or side visibility. And we also have the Arges programmed to go to that specific side as well. So right side would be the exact same, just switching over to the right to get that right alley feature. So another cool feature that we have programmed with this vehicle, exclusively with Ford, but also tied into Whelen Core system here, is the perimeter alert option. So let's say an officer is sitting in their vehicle doing a report, or at night sitting there working on the computer. They can actually enable this feature, so that way if somebody starts walking up from behind, the vehicle's automatically going to lock the doors, roll up the windows, and we've also added an audible warning. Again, just giving officer safety in mind. A feature involving the sirens that we programmed, just again keeping officer safety in mind so they can keep their eyes on the road out in front of them as they're responding to a call. We programmed the horn ring through hands-free horn ring through the vehicle here itself, so they can cycle through the tones as they're driving, just with a simple press of the button. Double tap to turn it off. We've also programmed so that if they're driving and press and hold the horn, they're going to get a white override to the front. So as they're driving, they're in the flash pattern mode. They're cycling through their tones. When they press and hold that air horn, the air horn's going to override, and they're going to get a big flash of white to the front to again get that car's attention that's in front of them. Another feature with evolving the light bar from the rear that you can see is that when they're responding, flash patterns will be going, but we've also programmed a brake override, so when they do press on the brake from behind, the rear of the light bar, the license plate lights cut and just do a steady brake pattern. So again, if anyone's following them, another officers, let's say they're in a pursuit or something like that, it's clearly visible that they are braking. Again, some other advanced functionalities that we were able to give these department. For those of you who are well aware of Rock Valley, we've been on the unfortunate end of several floods over the years. So just kind of with that in mind, we wanted to give officers some tools that they could potentially use for any natural disaster event or any other type of emergency where an evacuation might be needed. So we've actually programmed the buttons on the steering wheel here with specific voice commands through Whelen Core system. So for example, if there's an evacuation order that has been issued for a specific area of town, the officer can simply just press the button and it's also going to just say that command out loud for the public.
Order has been issued for this area. Please evacuate immediately.
And we've also programmed it in Spanish since we have a large Hispanic population around here as well. And we also have campgrounds out here in a lot of outdoor spaces. So if there's severe weather coming in, severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, stuff like that, the officer can also use the command emphasizing the severe weather coming in as well.
Severe weather warning. Take shelter immediately.
So there you have it. Again, first full vehicle upfit for the Rock Valley Police Department. We're especially grateful for the opportunity to upfit this vehicle for them. Special shout out to Chief Warburton for trusting us and letting us undertake this project and upfit a vehicle for them. Again, just with officer safety in mind. We're able to give them a bunch of cool features and program functionalities in this car, and we hope it serves them well for years to come. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share our page. Share this video so we can get our presence out there. And if you know of any other departments or individuals who are potentially looking for any upfitting projects coming up, feel free to drop them a line, share our information with them, and we'd be happy to try to assist them with their project.